Started. So, what's up, everybody? My name is Tamika, aka Fit Prison Wife from Fearless Fitness Unlocked. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to kick those cravings, those food cravings that you might be having. And we're going to talk a little bit about some things that you can do to try to, if you have a goal of losing weight and if you're having nighttime cravings, and this is not the thing that you need in your life. So, one of the things that I do is I help teach women who feel like they're stagnant, they feel like their life is on hold. I teach them how to use fitness and how to use self care as a tool to get to a place where they can sculpt a healthier body, where they can get back to a place so they're healthy, and also so they can start moving back to achieving your goals. So some of you guys already know my story. My husband's been incarcerated for 6 years, and I just hit rock bottom. And fitness was one of the things that helped me get back to where I'm at today. I've competed in figure competitions, ran 200-mile relay races. I've done different things just to keep myself mentally fit. So what I'm doing is helping other ladies get to that place where they can use fitness to get back to a place where they can achieve their goals. So every month I'm going to be talking about a new topic. Okay. If you're here, put something in the chat. Let me know you're here. I love to see who's here with me. All right. So as I said earlier, what we're talking about today is how do we kick the cravings, which is something that we want to try to nip in the butt, especially if you're trying to lose weight. And if you have cravings, I want you to put into the chat, put in the comment, what are your cravings? If you have cravings, what do you typically crave? And does it happen at nighttime or during the day? Let me know. I remember when I was training for my competition, I had a craving for chocolate. So, and you notice whenever you have cravings, it's always something sweet, fatty, crunchy. There's always something that you know you're not supposed to be having. And that's crazy, right? I'm here. What's up? Hi, Tina. So if you do have cravings, put in the comments. Let me know what your cravings are. All right. So what we're going to talk about is two major solutions that you can use to help kick your cravings. And the first one's going to have to do with your food intake. So we're talking about not only your food intake, but also your water consumption. Okay. So one of the biggest things that researchers find that oftentimes if you're having cravings, especially at nighttime, it could be your hydration levels. Many times people will mistake being thirsty with being hungry, right? So off the bat, that is the first thing that you need to check if you're having cravings. Are you drinking enough water throughout the day? So that is probably the easiest one to check, right? So an easy formula to use to whether or not you're drinking enough water, and this is just bare minimum. You can use the calculation, take your weight and divide it in half, and that is how many ounces of water you should be drinking. So, for example, if you're 100 pounds, you should be drinking 50 ounces of water on minimum. So, of course, if you're exercising and in heat, you're in a hot environment, of course, that's going to bump up. But that's bare minimum, 50 ounces if you're 100 pounds, right? So, water intake. So that's number one. And then I was mentioning earlier, if you think you're hungry, make sure you're not thirsty first, right? And then the other thing is making sure that you're getting enough proper nutrients in. So two things that you need to focus on to make sure you're not getting cravings is, are you intaking enough fat and are you getting enough protein in your diet? So these are two macronutrients that you should be getting enough of in your diet, because if you're not, your body is still craving the micronutrients that it needs. Fat and protein will help you feel satiated and full. So there's a negative connotation that fat is bad for you. Everyone is always hyped about protein because they know the benefits of protein. But ever since the 70s, fat has been given a bad rap. And it's totally not true. Your body needs fat for hormones and everything else. And fat helps regulate different things that are happening in the body. So you can't be afraid of eating fat. Fat is going to actually help you lose weight. If you are avoiding fat, that I wouldn't recommend. That's not the best thing. So you got to make sure you're getting adequate amount of fat. So for any given person, the fat intake could be anywhere between like 20, I'm giving an average, 20, 30% of your daily caloric intake, right? So if you're not getting enough fat and protein in your diet, that's another thing. So we talked about water, fat and protein. Those are two big things. And another thing why this is important, because they will help regulate your blood sugar. So especially if you're like pre-diabetic, or if you have issues with your sugar levels, you already know that carbs are going to spike it. So because fats and proteins are digested differently than carbohydrates, they will help regulate your blood sugar. So another plus, right? And then if you're exercising, right? So legitimately, if you're exercising, automatically you're probably going to be hungrier, right? So if you're on a diet and your goal is to lose weight, you're probably cutting back calories, right? But if you're cutting calories back too much, if your deficit is too much, then you're going to start having cravings, and you're going to kind of self-sabotage yourself. So you don't want to be killing your weight loss plans by decreasing your calories too much. So especially if you're exercising, you want to make sure you're getting enough calories in throughout the day, because naturally, because you're burning more calories, you're going to need more to sustain your body, especially if you're lifting weights and putting on muscle. It takes more calories and more energy to maintain a body that has more muscle mass, right? But more muscle mass is what you want. That's healthier. So another thing. The other thing was talking about the second solution that most people probably don't think about is sleep. Sleep is huge. Sleep is king. So have you guys heard about the circadian rhythm? Right? The circadian rhythm regulates your hormones throughout your body. So if you're not eating correctly, it can also cause your fluctuation in your circadian rhythm as well. But if your circadian rhythm is shifted, you can change the what's the word I'm looking for? Change how the hormones are. I'm having a brain fart. If you're triggering like an increase in certain hormones, that can trigger hunger, which can trigger cravings, right? So you got to make sure, one, you're getting enough sleep. That's really important. So if you're not eating correctly, that can also affect your circadian rhythm, and that can indirectly cause you to have cravings. So that's another thing. You might notice when you don't sleep well, you often have more cravings, especially for high sugary or carbohydrate items. Do you ever notice that? If you're listening, do you ever have cravings? Put in the comment. Put in the comments what your typical cravings are. All right. So those are just kind of some typical solutions that you can focus on if you're having cravings. Now, I have a free ebook for those of you who are interested. If you want to dive more deeply into this topic, because we can sit here and talk forever. But I have a free ebook available for those of you who are interested. And if you want the free ebook, just put into the comments, I want the ebook, and I'll send you over an email so you can download the free ebook. So every month we're going to be talking about a new topic. So if you're somebody who is looking to kick your cravings, especially those nighttime cravings, put a comment below and I will check it and I will make sure you get your free ebook. Okay. Or post some questions in the comments, and I'll get back to you and answer them. Okay. All right. I'm out. So this whole month of September, we're going to be talking about cravings. So whatever your questions are, feel free to blast them on here. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I forgot to mention, for those of you who do follow me on Instagram, you already know, but you guys know my husband's been incarcerated for 6 years, and my husband just came home. That's right. If you didn't see my video on Instagram, go ahead to my Instagram page. It's the same as my YouTube page, Fit Prison Wife. So yeah, it's been an awesome month. So I'm going to catch you guys later. I'm going to be on here on YouTube doing different topics for nutrition, fitness. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, feel free to drop that in the comments. Okay. All right. I'm out.